What is going on, guys? This is Platinum Point, and I'm here to bring you guys yet again another Weiss Schwarz deck profile. I know I'm going back to back with videos, but I kind of wanted to showcase a bunch of decks before I do more different kind of content. Since I'm kind of behind on the deck profiles, in my opinion, since I have a ton of decks and I'm getting rid of a few, I want to kind of clean through do some videos before I get rid of some. So I decided to do it on Overlord English, or also known as Nazarick Tomb of the Undead in English, since due to copyright issues, they had to change the name, which is kind of weird. Um, I know for Overlord the most popular build is the standby variant. I didn't like it. I don't like standby, and that's a topic for another video. So I don't want to get into too much. Want to waste too much time. So this build is a wind pants build. So the wind build involves the Momon combo, and the pants is the Evil Eye combo. So this deck is actually really cheap, and I'll put the deck list in the description below, or just check out my Encore Decks account, which link is actually in the description below, so you can check out that and find my Nazarick deck. It's actually probably one of the most recent decks, so please check that out if you want to pick up this deck on your own and try playing it out yourself. So without further ado, let's get on to the deck profile. So I play 4 Wind and 4 Pants. So starting with the level 0. So I play 4 copies of the Nabe coin flip. So if you have 2 or less cards in your stock, this gets plus 1500. So it's a 3k level 0. And it's a coin flip. So what coin flip does is when you, at the beginning of your opponent's draw phase, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a level 1 or higher, you bounce it. So this is your main utility 0. I'm not playing the Mill Runner since it's off color. I'm only running yellow, red, green. I'm not running, no, yellow, red, blue. Yellow, red, blue. And I wanted to keep the deck very cheap and in budget, since this deck is a budget deck, quote unquote. Besides that, moving on to the level 0s, I'm playing 4 copies of the Shaltir Salvage Brainstorm. This profile is essentially the same as the Shuna Brainstorm from Slime, which is when it comes into play, give one of your opponent's characters minus 500, pay 1, tap self, salvage Brainstorm. It's exactly the same thing as the Shuna, which is really nice. Next, I play 3 copies of the 1500 Momon. I basically use it for its first effect, and just to have blue for leveling, and just blue for clocking. So what it does is, when you declare an attack, pay 1 to drive check. So this allows you to clean out your climaxes that you trigger from the previous attack and push for more damage, which is really nice. I could run the climax combo for this Momon, but I'm testing out the other one, which is the level 1 combo. Next, I play 2 copies of the Assist Evil Eye. So when it comes into play, you can reveal the top card of your deck. If it's an event, blue or Raven black character, you can add it to your hand and discard a card. So you basically use this for hand filtering and for its assist, which is a generic 500. So it can actually make the Momon level 1 a 9k on my swing, so it makes it hard for my opponent to crack back, since the Momon's going to be a 9k. So that's why I play the Evil Eye, just for blue and hand fixing, since you gotta kind of keep it within budget if you're building budget Overlord. Next, I play 2 copies of Nazarick's Head, Nazarick's Made Intern Tuare, which is a pay 1, discard 1, top 3 check. Add one of those cards from the top 3 up to top 3, and send the rest to waiting room. So this is basically the same profile as the Kazuma's level 0 from the first set of Konosuba. So since the drop search is like, I don't know, like 15-20 bucks, and it's a promo, I was like, nah, I need to keep this within budget. Lastly, I play one copy of the Shaltir Climax Swap. When it comes into play, select a cost 0 character from your opponent's center stage, I think, and bounce it. So this allows you to answer certain level 1 Climax combos that are pesky for you, or certain level 1 characters that are going to pose a threat to you. So you can just bounce it, and this gives you a free lane to push for damage. And then now for the one step, we play 4 copies of the Hero of Heroes Momon. And so what this is, if you have the experience 2 or higher, which means if the total level of the cards in your level zone is 2 or higher, it gains plus 2k, so it becomes a 6k, and it climax combos with the wind trigger. So what it does is, let me pull up the wind trigger. If this card reverses an opponent's character, you can reveal the top card of your deck. And if it's either a heteromorphic race or a humanoid race character, you can add it to your hand. And when it reverses an opponent's character, it also gains plus 2/5 and a level. So it gets around level 1 reversers, and it becomes an 8/5 during your opponent's turn. And with the Evil Eye assist in the back line, and it's in behind it, it becomes a 9k beat stick. So your opponent would have to pour in as much resources as they can just to answer the Momon. And if you have the 2k backup, you pretty much deny them. You guarantee that they can't reverse, which is really insane. Because at level 1, this means that it's basically essentially kind of like an Aaron, on like card quality wise, as the level 1 Aaron from AOT, in my opinion, in terms of staying power, since this becomes potentially a 9k on the crackback, and your opponent can't effectively crack back you. They're forced to front, since unless they're playing twin drives, they're not going to side successfully for damage unless they somehow hit a soul trigger. Not even a soul trigger. They would need to hit a 2 soul trigger just to push for damage on the side swing. So this card actually does. It's actually a meaningful wall, which is really nice for a level 1 climax combo. Next, I play 3 copies of the 1/1 Momon. So you might be wondering, why are we playing a 1/1? It costs 1 level 1. Well, mainly for the fact that this card, if it's in the center slot of your center stage, it gains 3k and a soul. So this is a 7/5/2 soul beater, so long as it's in the center slot. And it has hand on course, so you're always going to have a Raven Black trait for your other cards, because some cards actually need the Raven Black trait in order to get the certain effects off. And this guarantees it, since it has staying power. And the fact that you're able to push for damage is also really a nice bonus. Lastly, we play 2 copies of the Shaltir 2k backup. I wish to pump this to 3 because, honestly, having this come into my hand as often as I can is really nice. Next, for level 2, I play 2 copies. Not Shaltir, Albedo. Thinking, oh my god, I said Shaltir, I meant Albedo, my bad. So next, I play 2 copies of the 2/1 Albedo Borden backup. So, basically, if you don't know what Borden is when you play it as a backup. So if you pay 1, discard this card, you can reveal the top card of your deck. And in this situation, if it's either a heteromorphic or Nazarick, you can add it to your hand and discard a card. So this helps you dig deeper for cancels and also hand filters, which is really nice. Next, we play 2 copies of the anti-early play Momon reverser. So when this gets reversed, you can stock bomb a level 3 if your opponent's at level 2. So this is basically your answer to certain level 3s that you just want to get rid of. And it also has the neat ability on attack, pay 1 twin drive check, which is really nice. You're pushing for damage and answering level 3s. Next, we play 2 copies of the Evil Eye assist. You basically use this for the 2k assist for level 3s, And if you can tap one, select a blue or raven black character, and give it the ability on reverse bottom deck, which is pretty nice. It's a nice bonus. Lastly, I play 2 copies of the 2-1 event. So you can only play this if you have Raven Black on the field on the board, and you're most likely gonna have the Raven Black with the 1-1. So what this does is basically a wormhole for English. If you don't know what wormhole does, in To Love, there's an event called Wormhole where you get to select 2 characters on your opponent's board and bounce them. So this is your anti-standby answer, as well as a wall breaking card, since in English you either face standby walls or minus soul walls. This answers it, and it punishes your opponent for trying to kind of wall you out. And then now for the level 3s. I play 1 copy of the 3-2 Restanding Momon. What it does is, after this card's attack, you can rest one of your standing characters, mill the bottom 3 cards of your opponent's deck. If none of them are a climax, restand this. So this allows you to push for damage if you want to, and the fact that it's a Raven Black trait is really nice. And it pairs well with the 2-1 because you get to, if you get the reverse, you get to put that character to the bottom of your deck first before you do the mill the bottom 3. So you're most likely to hit either no climaxes to get the restand, or if you do hit a climax, that's fine. It's not the end of the world because you just took out a climax from your opponent's deck, which is really nice. Next, we play 4 copies of the Albedo early play. This is the main reason why I'm splashing red in this deck, the early play heal. If you're not playing standby, this is your go-to early play since it's a stock heal. It's basically Mesmerizing Water Goddess Aqua, but for Overlord. And if you're not playing standby, you should be playing this as a 3 or 4 of, since it's a free heal and it allows you to stabilize at level 2 really nicely. And then lastly, for level 3s, 4 copies of the Evil Eye finisher. So when it comes into play, it's an on-play heal, and it climax combos with the pants. So you get, when this is on play, is it you give another Raven Black? Yeah, you choose one of the following effects if this is in the center stage. You can either, if you control another blue or Raven Black character, you can shuffle back 3 characters from your opponent's waiting room back into your deck. Or discard, I think, 2 cards. Let me double check. Yeah, discard 2 cards and then deal damage X equals to the number of climaxes in your opponent's waiting room. So you can either, this is you usually play this when your opponent hasn't refreshed yet. So this punishes your opponent for not refreshing, because you can shuffle back blanks and increase the likelihood of sticking damage in. And if they have multiple climaxes in, so you would use 2 Evil Eyes to shuffle back 6 characters in, and then you use the last Evil Eye to burn equal to the number of climaxes in their waiting room. So you're punishing them for not getting into refresh if they're trying to refresh, and you can essentially push for damage when you can. So it allows you to either push for damage or punish, decompress them and punish them for not refreshing. And this card is actually a really good finisher, probably the best finisher in Overlord. So it's so good that even some standby builds will fit this in and try to fit in as much blue as they can just to play this finisher, since it's that good compared to the rest of the cards in Overlord. So I hope you guys like this deck profile. Don't forget to check out my ReZero deck profile. I'll put the link in the description below and at the end cards. Now with that I finished Overlord, I essentially did 3 out of the 4 Isekai anime series in Isekai Quartet, which is pretty interesting. I didn't expect myself to get Overlord, but I did. It was just sheer dumb luck. And this deck is actually probably one of the cheaper builds. So if you decide to play Overlord and you want to just play a cheap build, you can look at this build as a template to build Overlord with. Other than that, I haven't decided the next deck profile that I'll be doing. I'm probably planning on doing some discussion videos. I'm still kind of scripting them out, since those kind of require me to have a much more clear idea out. So please look forward to that. Other than that, don't forget to rate, comment. So basically, false crack the like button, subscribe, hit the notification button, and please check out my videos. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I check my demographics all the time, and I noticed that most of you guys that watch my videos haven't yet subscribed. So I please encourage you guys, please subscribe and support my channel. Every subscription, sorry, tongue-tied, subscription helps, and it helps me get closer to my goal. So I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to drop a comment on what you would like to see on my channel. I would like to do more different things besides just deck profiles. I'm still in the planning stages of doing collaborations and also just solo discussions. So I hope you guys like that, those kind of ideas. If you guys have any other ideas, please comment them below. I always enjoy feedback. Once again, this is Platinum Point signing out. Don't forget to stay on point, guys. And peace out.
다